Today I'll be talking about logging into W.I.S.H and changing your password. What you see in front of you is the first screen that opens when you start W.I.S.H, and you will notice immediately that there are two buttons that you can select from. Live Data, which is the button that you would normally use to go in and enter your day-to-day records, and the Demo Data, which is used for practicing and also when you are utilizing our self-study tutorials. Today we're going to go into the Demo Data, so I'd ask that you click on this button labeled Demo Data, like so. This is the next screen that you see. It is the login screen for W.I.S.H. Everybody who is allowed to come into W.I.S.H and use it must be set up by the administrator to have a login code. I want to start by showing you the field, so you'll notice that your cursor is in the code field and it's a light blue color. You'll notice if your cursor moves into a different field that that color of that field changes to help you identify where your cursor currently is on the screen. As well, to the right hand side of this field there is an F4 button. And whenever you see an F4 button, it means that there is a lookup list of valid options. So I could either type my code, for example, if I knew that my login code was ADM, I could type that. But if I was unsure of a code, I could always use my mouse to click on this button or press my F4 key. And you'll see if I click the F4, here is a lookup list of valid codes. I am going to pick the ADM user. That's who I want you to log in as. And then go to the next field, which is a password. In our demo data, all the users' passwords are the same, and it is simply the word W.I.S.H. So just type W.I.S.H now, that's W-I-S-H. And you will notice the next field underneath that is the language. If you prefer to have your screen displayed in French, you would select French from this option, or we're just going to pick English today. Below that there's a section to select which shelter you're at. If your license of W.I.S.H includes a multi-shelter license, you would have the opportunity to identify which of the shelters you were at when you were logging in. In the case of our demonstration shelter, our demonstration data, it is already selected for us and it is the only option. We're going to complete the process by clicking on this big old log on button right here, and when you do, you will see that I am presented with the main menu. You'll notice at the top it tells you who you're logged in as. I also get a visual because I've got this little green button or bar at the top to show me that I'm logged on. If I happen to have any screen open, it opens to the right hand side of the menu, and this is the menu over here, which stays anchored on the left hand side. Everything opens to the right hand side. If I was to leave my desk for a few minutes, maybe I was on break or lunch, I could simply log off by clicking this X right here. So if I click this X button, it pops back up with my log on, log off screen, and I'm going to click the log off button right now. What you'll notice is behind me it has closed the screen that I had open, and it also gives me a visual indication here. I no longer show my ID up here, and my bar has turned from green to red. If I try to open any screen, I get a warning that says I'm not logged on and tells me that I must log on before I can proceed. So what I want you to do is to log back on. You can do that very simply by, in this area, you can click on the checkbox and it will open up the log on. Again, I will pick the admin code, and I'm going to type my password as W.I.S.H, and I'm just going to click log on. Alright, so everybody should be logged back on. Did you get logged on okay? Good job. The last part that I want to talk to you about is your password. So when we logged on for our admin user, the admin had a password of W.I.S.H, W-I-S-H. If I wish to change that password, you can always change the password for whom you're logged on as by clicking on this button right here. It's the one with the two arrows. Watch, when I click this here, it opens up a screen to change the password. I must always know what my current password is, so W-I-S-H. And then below that, I'm going to type my new password. I'm going to make it W-I-S-H2, so W-I-S-H and the number 2. In the confirm box, I must type the same password again. Your passwords can be up to 6 characters long, and they can be alphanumeric in their structure. Once I've completed that, I simply click on this Save button, and you'll notice that I have received a message that my password has been changed successfully. I'm going to acknowledge that and close this. The next time that I log on now as the ADM person, I must know that new password, otherwise it will not let me on. Great. Well, that's all that I had to tell you about the topic of logging on and changing your password.